Boom. Seattle hires Mike McDonald as their head coach. Big time hire, big time ad. Hottest coordinator out in the game. That was huge for them. I mean, it's a big step. All Seahawks fans, I think, were calling for, whether it's through social media or just when they was talking about NFL. Like, I know all Seahawks fans were just calling for him. Calling for McDonald. Some even hoping that the Ravens lost just so they get a chance to interview McDonald because there was some kind of weird thing with the rules where they couldn't interview him. They had to wait till he lost or got done with the play or something like that. But it was something weird where it was kind of slowing it down. And but no, see, so that was, and then so the Ravens lost, and then they get McDonald. I mean, it's huge. I mean, he's the best defensive mind in the game. From what I've heard, a lot of NFL teams would compare him to like the Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan of defense, right? He's that kind of mastermind, right? And just to list off some stats for you from McDonald. So this is his defense. This is his defense in Baltimore. So his defense ranked seventh. He had the seventh ranked third down defense, the second ranked red zone defense, the 14th ranked defensive rushing. And you may think, oh, that's a little bad. And you're gonna see that's only stats that's like really that low. But they're still top 15. And on top of that, they led up like 109 rushing yards. So it was like they barely letting over 100 yards. It was nothing crazy. They're sixth in passing yards allowed per game. They're sixth in total defense. The number one in points allowed. Number one in sacks, 30 interceptions, 8 enforced fumbles. It only allowed 15.5. It's 15 points per game, and that was number one in the league. And at the end of the day, that's the stat that matters the most. Because at the end of the day, all that stuff is cool, but how many points are you giving up? Because it's a team that scores as much points. So that's the stat that matters the most, and he was the best at it. They were number one in Baltimore. Their defense was amazing. I think they had the most pressure since like 2006 for a defense. Like they were in an insane run this year. They were rolling. So I mean, for Seattle, I mean, you seen they defense. They had Dak Prescott running, playing quarterback, shrugging dudes off of him, stepping up and throwing the ball. Like they had Dak Prescott look like Patrick Mahomes out there. I mean, he looked insane. I mean, it was bad. To give up 42 points to the Cowboys can't happen. I mean, you've seen multiple. If you look at Seattle. Gave up how many rushing yards? Over 100 yards to and let the Pittsburgh Steelers offense with Mason Rudolph as a quarterback have a day. In Seattle, I remember that game I watched. Mason Rudolph and that offense had a day, and they got torched. Najee Harris and Jalen Warren had a day. I mean, the best game they played together their whole careers as RB1 since they started sharing the backfield. They had a day, couldn't stop them. Mike McDonald's going to come to Seattle, and I would say the younger and maybe a better version of Pete Carroll. I don't even know because I wasn't, obviously when Pete Carroll it was way back when, and social media also wasn't like that. So I don't know, how he was viewed. But to me, McDonald coming in is he's one of the best coordinators I've seen, one of the I've seen in a year ever, I think, as a hire for a head coach since I really started getting into football. I've never seen a coordinator do what he did, and then he's been on an insanity run, bro. On either side of the ball too. I mean, he's a big deal, bro. He's really showing out, bro. He's showing out. He's showing out. Maybe Mike McDonald. I said Mike McDaniel in Miami. A lot of Mikes these days, but Mike McDaniel, my bad. Mike McDaniel, I'm pretty sure the name is the little white guy who will be doing all the little satire, all them little jokes and all that stuff. And on the Dolphins, they had coach they call him offensive wizard. He's from the Kyle Shanahan tree. When Tyreek Hill and them, he be scheming up with Waddle and Hill and who were talking about lowering them. Yeah, so he's that's probably the only one I can think okay, this guy's okay, he hyped. They saying he a genius. He could really be something. You know what I'm saying? He's a young one. Bro, this is Seattle homer hire. Best hire out of everybody out of all the hires. It's one of the best hires, I think, in the last couple cycles, bro, of head coaches, really. Seattle hit the thing at the ballpark. Great hire. I know everybody thought it was going to be Dan Quinn. I had a feeling, though, the way that defense played against the Packers was really embarrassing. I'm going to get to Dan Quinn in another video. But next video is going to come out. It's going to come out the next day. So whenever you're watching this, the same time tomorrow, 7 o'clock, that Dan Quinn video is going to come out. He got hired to the Commanders. I'll be talking about that too. So just come here, same time tomorrow, and you'll be seeing that video about Dan Quinn. And I got a lot to say about him. And you probably know where that's going. But that defense is bad. I don't think John Schneider really wanted to, that's a hard sell. And it's like we've seen his record. They said his record's 42-40 as a head coach. He sucks. He's not a head coach. He's a defensive coordinator. And even then, he still has questions. You still question him as a defensive coordinator sometimes just because sometimes the defenses fall apart in the biggest moments is what it is at the end of the day. So Mike McDonald's the best hire that they could have had. It's one of the best hires in the last couple of cycles. Seattle fans should be excited. He's going to rejuvenate that defense. That defense is going to go back to being elite. I think they'll be a playoff team year one, and he's going to bring the dynasty. He's going to start another dynasty. I mean, my bad, not dynasty. They don't say dynasty in Seattle. They say Legion of Boom 2.0. Legion of Boom 2.0. He'll be starting that in Seattle. He'll be bringing that back. I might just give me a wizard. The big thing is going to be to hire offensive coordinator wise, but if they can get that right, I mean, it won't take a lot. I mean, you have Metcalf, you got Njigba, you got Parkinson, Disley, and then fancy free agent, but I think they'll bring him back. You got who else? Kenneth Walker, Zach Charbonnet. You got two good bookend tackles with Charles Cross and Abraham Lucas. You just need to fix the interior. The interior's not bad, but they're young. That's what, and they need to try to go fix that interior. And either we're gonna stick with these young guys and they're gonna develop, or we're gonna get some guys they can play right now, and these young guys have to wait until they really are ready to play, maybe a year or two from now. But once they get that interior fixed, but even then, offensive line is good enough for them. The offensive line wasn't the big this is what's holding us back. It was a defense. And then probably offensive play call, but defense was a big thing. You got to give your offense a chance. You got to be able. That's how you win championships. So a heck of a hire for Seattle. They should be proud of themselves. The fans should be excited through the roof. And if I'm a Seattle fan, I'm really excited. I really be excited for the future and what's going on in Seattle. And they got so much weapons. Rowland, Witherspoon. I still think Jamal could be good. I still think Jamal could be really good. He's still, he flies around. If you watch him, he flies around. Especially for a guy that just came off back-to-back career. Not career. Usually, you miss 2 seasons in the league. We'll see the injuries, his career ending. But season-ending injuries, back-to-back years, he's just coming back. He was still flying around like old Jamal. Now his coverage ain't there, but I definitely think you can see him be revamped with McDonald. One thing about him, he's gonna put the right players in the right position to succeed. You got him, you got Quandre Diggs, you got Julian Love. A lot of people don't know about him. He a monster. Trey Brown a monster. You got Shannon Nwosu, you got Darrell Taylor, you got Boye Mafe, you got Leonard Williams, you got Draymond Jones, you got Jan Reed. You got pieces. It's not like this is just a bare cupboard. You got pieces that are gonna make to really have the defense he wants to have. I think they need help on linebacker, but they got the pieces gonna make a run. Offensively, I just told you what they had. Geno Smith and they got the pieces, bro. This Seattle team is not void of talent, bro. And for them, they have no excuse not to go be a playoff team next year with the talent they have. They don't. They really don't. They have no excuse, especially with the money they're gonna have. And, them not making the playoffs, to have a 19th overall pick, top 20 pick. So they're going to have some pretty nice picks in the draft. I know they traded away the second for Leonard Williams, but they're going to have some pretty nice picks in the draft, bro. There's no excuse for them not to go out there and make the playoffs. I'm not saying go win Super Bowl. I'm just saying you can't. They only made the playoffs this year, and you're going to upgrade a defense to take a defense to where, went from one of the worst to now it could be one of the most least predictable, one of the better defenses in the league, at least by year one. They're definitely going to be better than they were last year. If Seattle had a defense that was even just average, bro, they probably could have been an 11-12 win team. They needed to win one more game and they would have been in the playoffs. So I don't think it's that crazy to sit there and say that you should expect Seattle to make the playoffs. And they made it the year before. So simple as that. But heck of a hire by Seattle. Fans should be excited. I know all the front office and all them excited. Did an introductory press conference today. And it's a heck of a hire. Seattle just continues, bro. They continue. Pete Carroll, and they go on the next new regime of head coach with the head coach, and Mike McDonald looks like he's next up, bro. Next, maybe superstar head coach, Hall of Fame level head coach. He could really be something big in the game. So Seattle may have done it again, and I don't think they're going away no time soon. So be ready for it because they're coming back with a vengeance next year. So simple as that. And I appreciate y'all for watching. What I'm saying. If you got any thoughts, any things like that, leave it down in the comments. Leave a like, subscribe, all that. You know what I'm saying. And then check out my TikTok on the podium. Check that out. My TikTok. I post little clips from the TikToks. From these YouTube videos. You know what I'm saying. So check that out too. Go Go show some love. But then I'm going to see y'all next time.